with the new Demon Hunter deck. This is for the new expansion / year, the Ashes of Outland. Yeah, I wanted to start with this one first because it seems like they're going to be the most powerful. And hold on, let me check real quick, make sure my audio is working. Hold on, let me check real quick, make sure my audio is working. Okay, it's a little quiet. Let this up. All right. So yeah, I discussed this in another video I made about kind of the state of the game, where just all these cards coming out for this class, or not all of them, most of them are really powerful, and it seems like this class is going to be super OP and broken, like deliberately so. Like, I mean, because if they're coming out with a new class, they got to make sure that it's at least good, so they're going to err on the side of making the cards more OP. So like, you're gonna, like, the class that you're getting for free and that you're getting like hyped up on is gonna be enjoyable, because I always say if it was just average or weak, and then you're like, oh, new class, I want to try that out, and then it was like a shitty class, like, and you didn't want to play it, then it just kills the hype. So I expect it, like, it was intentional that they're making it more powerful than everything else. So for that reason, for the first couple weeks or so, you're going to see a lot of Demon Hunter, and yeah, I expect there to be nerfs like pretty quick, because some of these cards are pretty ridiculous, like this one. This guy's pretty strong. The charge that ignores taunts, where's that at? Yeah, this guy, and makes all your other dudes. This card's one of the most powerful cards maybe ever. Yeah, so I'm going to start out with probably what I'm assuming is going to be the most powerful version, which is the aggro version. So I'll try to do an aggro, a token, and a control one, and then if I see something else in between while I'm making this, I'll do that, but then I'll move on to some other classes. Alright, so obviously after here attack scene plus one attack. Oh, this one's just ridiculous. Give your hero plus one attack this turn as second slice to your hand. This is a maybe. That's a cool one. Silence an enemy minion. Draw a card. That's really good, but I'm not sure if it's actually maybe you want one of these to go through a taunt. Even though there's the card that goes through taunts, like 2's not going to hurt. Give you here plus one attack this turn. That. I mean, is this just going to end up being more of a tokeny deck? This could get cut. This is more of a token type of card, but Face to Souls could be good. You're gonna be losing, although you don't want to trade as much because you're going for the face, but you're gonna have to sometimes, so this is gonna draw a couple of minions for 2. I don't know if it's better than in this deck. You want at least one of these, right? For when your hand gets emptied out. This is almost always going to draw 3. But then reducing their cost by 3 isn't too great because you're going to be hitting a lot of 1-cost minions. Oh, but it's any cards too, not just the minions. Because even if your hand's empty in this kind of deck, just drawing 3 for 5 is decent. I mean, so for sure you want one of those. Obviously that guy's auto include. But do you want 2? Or do you want one of these also? I think you want at least one of them. Oh, actually, you know what? I didn't see this card. Give here +2 attack, draw a card. You'd rather just have that because it's aggressive and draws. If your hero attack this turn, gain +1 attack and rush. You're going to be attacking a lot, right? I actually don't think this card's very good, but it might make the cut. We'll throw it in there for now. That's the first, maybe not. This is really good. After you play the left or right in this card in hand, deal 1 damage to all enemies. All enemies. Not just the minions. I mean, this is basically like a way better knife juggler, and it seems like there's going to be a lot of tokenies. So this deck is leaning a little more towards it's more like a zoo style, not straight up like a sticky token deck, because none of these cards are sticky. It's all just, yeah, it's more like a zoo. This is a nice aggressive card. Summon 3. Let's rush. No, that's more of a control card. Lifesteal. After a friendly minion dies, deal 3 damage to a random minion. After a friendly minion dies, to a random enemy. I don't know if about 2 of these. I'm gonna put 1 in though. Because a 3, I don't like the body of it. Like the effect is really strong, but I already have like the knife juggler one. Next time you play costs 2 less. Yeah. Like this is your essentially your kind of a replacement for like Leroy, but it's also just good. It gets through things. It goes over the top. Obviously, yeah, it's a 2-turn delay, so it's a little slow, but if you're playing it on curve or you're playing it after, like a lot of times with the aggressive decks, if you don't win by turn 4 or 5, or have the game some win between like 4 to 6, then a lot of times you have them so close on life total, or if just this card alone, even if they put a decent number of minions on the board, might be able to finish them. And then this is another over the top. So we got, these are our finishers / over the top damages. So we're capping out at 5 mana, but this is really like it's a turn 7 play at the earliest, but 5 mana, so that's fine. Usually, like with an aggro deck, you want to kind of cap out at 5 or 6, and the 5 or 6 mana ones you don't want to have very many of. After this is attacked, deal 1 damage to all enemies. That's good too. Battlecry, if your hero attacked this turn, deal 4 damage. Thing. That's also, because this can hit anything. Is this too many 5 drops? If I can include that. Well, because this is a turn 6 play too. 1, 2, it's only 4. I don't think you want more than 5 or 6, though, for sure. I'd like to keep under 6. How about one of those? Because it would be really bad to like have this as your opening hand. Or even just like 3 of these things, and then you get 1 drop, and then you're like stuck for a while. So I'll cap it out at that. Give your hero 8 plus 8 attack. That's a little more of like a burst. Like there could be like a burn deck version, and it would have 2 of those, and 2 of those, 2 of this guy, and this. Yeah, that might be. So I was saying, depending on what I saw along the way, I might make that. I might try to make a burn deck. This is because now this is annoying how wait, will this have the Ashes of Outline decks cards? Let's see. Okay, good. Okay, so I can just go here and then remove the stuff that I accidentally included in. So I got 5 more cards. feel like I need more. 2, 3, 4. I only have one 4-drop. Leopardome is a thought. Thing. It even has like Angoro stuff in here. Maybe I should. Yeah, because if I do that, it's going to take out the Ashes of Outland. Oh wait, no, I see it. It'll let me to keep them if I click on this. Okay, battlecry, deal 1 damage to a minion, give it +1 spell damage. Oh, the Divine Shield one is a good bit. A lot of my minions only have 1 health. Nah, never mind. It won't be that good in this deck. These ones that deal 1. This deck card's fun, not for this deck. What's this? Taunt whenever this takes damage, gain +2 attack. Maybe. This is a thought. Do damage to an enemy if it kills it gains stealth. I'm gonna do one of those because I need some more 4. Oh, actually, this is just the card that just goes in every deck, right? Summon 3/1/1 enemy wards. When they die, destroy all minions and awaken. You'd rather have that for if you included a lot of clearing cards too. Two of your other minions, Death Rattle, 7 and 1/1 demon. So this would go in more, make the deck an even more tokeny, but it seems like this is more of a zoo. But that wouldn't be bad. All of these have 1 health though, so they're not gonna live. Is Mermy? That's Saviors of Uldum, right? What are the Mecharus? That's Boomsday. How do you look at if a card? I forgot what the symbols stand for. There's going to be a lot of. Oh, I don't know if there's going to be a lot of weapons. I guess you'd rather just have a mech than. Those are only the really old ones. I'm trying to look for the symbols because I can't remember if. So Witchwood, Boomsday, like the Witchwood symbol is the stump, right? And then the Boomsday is the bomb. I just don't know the symbol for Rosticon's Rumble. It's not that sickle and hammer, right? Okay, so the Mecharoo you couldn't because it's rotating, but wait, is that that's not Rusty? What's a card I know? Oh, the Kachari Trickster is for sure Rosticon's Rumble, right? That's Rusticon's Rumble symbol. Okay. It's like the little Tusk thing. Okay, so yeah, so the Mermy is legal. Actually, I have so many 1-drops though. I need. Let's go all 2 drops. 2, 4, 6. I want like maybe 1 more 3. Threes and 2s I want out of this. What about Cable Rise? That's a thought. Direwolf Alpha. Is Hogsteed going? Oh, Hogsteed's still in. I think Direwolf might be a good choice. Oh, Temple Berserker. Oh, Candle Taker. That's a good option. Well, the thing about the Direwolf is that since most of my minions that are 1-drops only have 1 health, and will there be that many? Probably not. But that summons 2 1/1s. Oh no, you can throw down a lot. That one might have a rush. That would Hench Clan Thug would be real good. He's rotating. Raid leader. So I think it's going to be Direwolf, Raid Leader, or the Reborn one. Well, either of them. I think I'm gonna go. Man, that's just not that strong at 3 though. Without any kind of rush. I think for sure we're going to Direwolves. So Direwolf at, and then I don't want a 3-drop, right? I could go Knife Juggler, but Candle Taker. It's either like Candle Taker or Raid Leader. I feel like I'm gonna have trouble keeping board though. I'm mostly gonna be like trading one or two and then like getting one or two things to attack to the face. And the hero power helps for the board. I guess, you know, the way to think about it too, what I wasn't, is that since there are going to be so many Demon Hunters at first, I should probably be making a deck to play against the mirror. And like any version of it wouldn't matter against control. They'd be basically the same, but to play against another aggro, what would be better, Raid Leader or what was it? Candle Taker or Raid Leader. I mean, this lets them trade, but then this is just weak-bodied, and you don't need your these minions to have extra attack to kill other minions that have 1 or 2 health. What was that other? I could just do another one of this one that this after a friend me dies, deal 3 damage to an enemy. You know what? I'm gonna do 2 of those instead of the Candle Taker. So this is like almost all new cards, which is good. But so the only non-new cards in this deck are Direwolf Alpha is 2. Wow, there's only two old cards. So that, I mean, that right there shows you, yeah, like how powerful this deck is, or how much powerful the class is. When you only need to include oh, actually, oh, hold on, I take that back, because then a lot of them are class cards, of course, and all the class cards in this deck are new. So I guess it's not, that doesn't paint the full picture. It'd be more so like then you'd also have to take out the basic cards like this. So like that'd be 2, 4, no 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh wait a minute, I don't know if that one's a basic or not. 5 or 6. Well, actually, I don't know if that is either. Oh, that doesn't matter. It's more of a zoo. I guess it's face too. Whatever, let's do that. DH. go for actually, before I don't forget about it, I'm gonna try and do like that. See if you can make a burn mage style, but for demon hunter. So we want, obviously, like that is auto include. This time 2 of those. Give a hero 8 attack. You know what? And then maybe, how many demons do I have? So if I have that as my only demon, this will guarantee draw the other demon. Or itself. Well, actually, if you have 1, it'll only draw one of those. So I'm going to only put 1. So you either draw one of those first and just play it, or you play that card and then you draw guaranteed. You do this 6 damage randomly split among all enemies. Oh, but this is a demon. Oh, but that's the same thing, so that's good enough. Do you want this? It's got a really high attack, and when it dies, it'll just put out one of those. But then they can kill it because these are at end of the turn. I don't think. Oh, but then the other one does it too. But that does it on year terms. So this will be good because it's a taunt that helps you get later, and it will burn them. Also damages the minions next to whomever it attacks. So this is obviously like a slower deck, so we need cards to help you get there. So we're going to want probably 2 of those, right? Taunt and lifesteal, yeah. Two damage to 2 random enemies and lifesteal. Lifesteal 3 damage to a minion. Outcast costs 0. So this is 3 mana heal for 4, but now the damage effect is really bad though. Even though it heals you, it's not worth it. But this one could be a 0. I think that's worth it. This seems like it would be good specifically in this deck because you're trying to get specific burn spells, but it's weak to bridge the gap, so it might not be worth it. Put 1 for now because it's like deal 1 damage to all minions twice. this will be good to get you there. Battlefield discovered. Oh. A lifesteal weapon. Dang, you can do all cards just from the class. Might want one of these just to fight. Give your hero +1 attack this turn. I would like this, but then it's just, I need something that also like helps you clear up the board. Oh, your hero can't take damage this turn. That would be good to combine with the 8 attack and the wet lifesteal weapon. Oh, or if that, it's meant to be combined too, I guess, with this other weapon. One mana 2/2 is just insane, and then with an upside, so that's good, and it gives you, it gets more attack. So yeah, this is for sure. This is like going in like every single one, probably. Maybe not like an ultra control, but oh yeah, silence an enemy minion and draw a card. Okay, so I probably can't afford 2 of those because I need to figure out what were the neutrals that might go in this. Let's see. I need some, dude, I have 11 5-drops. I need definitely some more, you get a hero power on 1, so I need a lot more 2s, basically. I only have room for 1. 4 3-drops, what are my 3s? Oh yeah, lifesteal, so that could actually be a 0. So I only have 1 true 3-drop. So I need 3s and 2s. That helped me get later on. Oh, is Blood Mage going to be good in this? Because then this is, so that would be 4. Oh, that does, so that would do 2, then 1. Pretty sure Blood Mage is, it doesn't really, it's not exactly what I was looking for, because I'm looking for something that can fight for the board on turn 2 or 3. And this is something you'd rather like combo. Yeah, you could hit for 5 at, what is it? On turn 7 you could AoE for 5 with Blood Mage, and it would draw a card too. I guess you only have like, yeah, there's 6 cards. It's worth it for that. Oh, Doomsayers. Doomsayers. This was a nice if you can have it, but then because if you play it on curve, right, and you're playing against an aggro deck, then you can grab an anti-aggro tool, and if you play it on curve on a control deck, then you could just pick something like this, or yeah, that is good, and so I don't want to cut those. I don't think I want 2 of them because I think the Doomsayer is good enough, and unless I see something of the new cards that's worth it. Oh yeah, there's a I could do a Highlander deck of this too. A 3-mana taunt would be good. Oh yeah, there's that new card, right? The oh, this guy. A 1/6 has plus attack for the first one, and so the 1 attack would be good against the like in the mirror, and then it's pretty shitty against mid-range and control. Oh yeah, the one thing that this class doesn't have, of course, is like a Galakron, or it doesn't have any hero cards. We have Bone Wraith. I think I like the new 1/6 better at 3 mana. So yeah, this is actually really good, but it looks like it's doable. It doesn't seem as good as an aggro build, but it seems like it's pretty good actually. I have to take away 4 cards. Do I have to cut the Thalnos? Is that too weak? I mean, it gives me a lifesteal. It's like got a weak body for the stats, but it does lifesteal you for like 3 to 6. This card's just sick. This one's so strong. 6 right off the bat. Because this, at the end of the game, stalls and draws you. So I don't think I could take that out. Man, the Blood Mage combos with the spells. Maybe, can I cut this? But then I have like so little cards that I can just play. I mean, this isn't gonna live later, right? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter, because if I have like one of these guys down and then they live, and then I just plop this guy down, it's like 10, a burst of 10 minimum, plus the hero power 11. Maybe 2 of these is too slow. Well, I mean, I guess you're not trying to use both of them, right? Or, man, if I have, you know what? That's really good too for recovery with the lifesteal weapon. You recover for 10 with that. Does that mean maybe I can? Oh no, I can't take this out though, because that helps me early on. Maybe it's because this is really like a turn 6 play. Deal 4 to all minions. I feel like, yeah, I gotta cut the Blood Mage. Maybe, can I cut one of these? I could cut this, but there's card draw and silence for 1. Oh, I guess it's not guaranteed to draw the card though, and that's one of the big reasons I'm putting it in there. But if I don't have the ignore taunt guy, which is going to be most of the time, or most of the game, this will get me around a taunt. But I won't have board control really either, do I? Can I cut 1 Chaos Nova? So I'll cut the Watcher. Because also the good thing about this is on turn 2 you could just play it and you get a 1-mana 3/2 like any hero power attack. I mean, this is just so good early. This is one of the best cards in the set. So I need 2 more cards to cut. Man, I feel like the silence, this card will be so good. But it's like if you don't have anything specific in mind, it is like a tech card, I guess. It would really suck if you get like 2 of these and then there's just like taunts and stuff. But man, like I said, that you could also use it for healing. But how much is that going to happen? Probably not much. I'm going to cut one of these. And then, okay, because getting stuck with 2 of those early on just loses you the game. One more card to cut. I know this is a life steal, but maybe one of these. I feel like I could cut one of these guys. Well, because I don't have any turn 6s or any 6-drops, but this guy is basically a 6-drop. I feel like I can't get rid of any of this stuff down here. I feel like I'm gonna cut one of these because this guy will be more for that first 3 turns is really critical against the aggro decks, and then after that, if I can stall that one more turn, then I can start getting like all this stuff going. Yeah, that actually looks like a fun deck. It's a little dicey, but whoops, I didn't. So now we're going full on control. That card's cool, but I don't think it's going to make the cut. That's sick. It's the top end's huge in this. Summon 6 rush. I feel like that's good. I mean, this is going to be pretty similar to the last deck, but just with big minions instead of spells. Since this control, I don't need that as much, I feel like. I also don't need that. Oh, this is actually good. Get those big demons out cheap. Play the 7 on turn 5. I think I'm actually gonna cut these guys. This would be more for like mid-range or the aggro or mid-range, but Take one I-beam out. This has a less to bridge me, but once I get bridged, I'm pretty secure. Yeah, I like this stick. I think it could be modified. I probably need more on the top end. Well, the bottom end, I mean. Whatever. That's not very specific. I'm cheating out demons a lot, right? I guess. Alright, and then let's do a Highlander one, which actually I might end up playing a lot just because I get to experiment with everything, or I mean like right off anyway. Only whatever. Wait, Zeph isn't rotating, is it? Okay, good. Zephyrus. Semi-random zero cost mini. We'll throw it in there for now. But I don't think that one makes the cut, but it might in. Okay, so we want one of them. both to attack. Let's turn and draw a card. I'm not sure what this shit is. It's probably going to be a mid-range deck, right? It could be control. Well, let's just choose the best cards and then see what it ends up as. Yeah, it seems like a more of a mid-range deck that has like a big, like a thicker top end than normal. That's not getting in there. That's not making it for sure. Your hero can't take damage this turn. So if it's a mid-range, I want board control, right? So I probably want this, and then the can't take damage works well. I think that works better if I have more weapons though, and I kind of only want that one, and if I only want that one, I don't want it. If that makes sense. What about any of these other one-cost mains? That one's not good enough. That might be. I think that's good enough. I-beam might not be good enough. So I'm a little weaker early on, right? I don't have to do like a Doomsayer play though for this. I need some 3s and 4s. So what are my 3s and 4s? I got I-beam, Satyr, that. My 4s are pretty decent. Yeah, I definitely need some better 3s to just play. I just have just that pretty much. Oh, there's the new 3. That's okay. freeze an enemy. That's a strong mid-range play. Wait a minute, what's the that new card that puts it in the dormant? Oh yeah, that's a 4-drop, isn't it? Which I should have had that in some of those last decks that I just like skipped it somehow. I gotta find that card before I forget about it. I believe it's a 4-drop, right? It's supposed to be the card that you auto include in every deck, and I forgot to put it in 2 of those decks. Choose a minion, goes dormant for 2 turns. Oh, there's this too. Crap. I could have put that in the control deck.